that file select music will drive me absolutely insane. So we are off. Don't worry. Uncle's got this covered. Gotcha, Uncle. We'll see you in about 40 seconds. And big love in the chest in Link's house.
On the fire rod, I actually like it because it's interesting that you can get through the escape pretty quickly, but you can't really farm up bombs. And I kind of like the ones where you kind of have to make that decision: do I spend time farming magic and bombs and that, or do I opt to stipple that? It's always interesting.
Yeah, because you only get 8 shots from the fire rod on a full standard magic meter without half magic, so you got to be extra judicious. But it is going to be the bow. Burn the witch. Burn my co-commentator. He called it. It is the bow.
With the bow, the nice thing about the bow here is you've got 30 ammo. You only need like 12 of it to get through. You can use the other 20 plus shots just fine on everything else on the way.
Farm up some of those bombs for the backside of escape. Probably the best starting weapon.
It also gives the most options at the start as well. It lets you, if you know how to do the dark rooms, just go to just like basically go to dungeons. It lets you just start with a dungeon if you really wanted to.
Yeah, absolutely. There are 3 dungeons that are always bow locked, and that would be Eastern Palace, Palace of Darkness, and Ganon's Tower, which lends the bow to being an incredibly trolly item in the game in general. So having it right at the beginning just lessens that particular troll. Of course, it opens up for others, but you know. D2 over there getting a big 20 over there, and usually we kind of denigrate the 20 rupees because there's so many of them in chests. But here early on, getting at least 100 rupees required for the bottle merchant, and if they have really terrible luck here in escape, then you may have to go buy a bomb, so you'll need 50 rupees for that. So definitely good to pick those up here in escape if you can.
Yeah, and it's always a good idea to pick up all the money you can. Sure, 20 rupees might be mediocre from a chest, but if it's just dropping off an enemy before you even have your first 300, then it's going to serve you well, generally.
All right, Newbie made a slight execution error there. Took a hit from the ball and chain guard before he was able to shoot off his second arrow, but should be fine. He's got 19 arrows left. Now, d2kemps is running down to 11. You are going to see... Oh, but I stand corrected. There is a 10 arrow drop. d2kemps is in business.
d2kemps is going a little bit more aggressive on trying to farm up bombs.
And I certainly don't blame him for that. So d2kemps rocking the Dark Link with the standard tunic sprite, and Newbie404 going with the RoboLink 9000. So lots of custom sprites you can play with if you decide to take a turn at the Legend of Zelda Link to the Past randomizer. Not all of them are Link sprites. You got Sonic the Hedgehog, you got Mario, you got Samus, Ganondorf. I mean, the list is endless.
My personal favorite lately has been Mega Man X. That sprite looks great.
Yeah. Excellently designed sprites. Shoutouts to the whole team for putting this together. So Newbie's going to hit the back end of escape here first, and although there is no lamp, they will still get their light cone for escape only. And Newbie doesn't seem... Well, we'll see what happens here with the snakes on here if he tries to farm snakes with some rapid fire bow shots. And there is the difficulty of using the bow. There's a delay on the shot. Sometimes that can burn you.
It's a bit delayed. Only one can be out at a time, which is an interesting feature of it. That kind of gets overlooked a lot of the time.
All right, so Newbie's gonna see how much the rats here troll him. There's one. He's got 9 shots. He's got to pick the right rat.
There he goes. That is actually
There.
deceivingly difficult. Honestly.
Yeah, it really is. It is a lot harder than it looks. So Newbie is going to try and farm some bombs here. He does have 4 more arrows left at this point. Misses one and just says, I'm going to nope on out of here.
Yeah, at this point, I don't think that they're getting a bomb drop from these early, these 2 early pools. It's usually, if neither runner does, it's, for the race-wise, not the worst thing that's ever happened. It's when one runner gets one and the other doesn't. That can usually lead to some kind of disaster.
Yeah, and of course, both of the runners probably thinking, oh man, I'll bet you my opponent got a bomb drop and now I'm way behind. But nope, both of them exit out of escape without getting the 3 chests in the back, so we're still on an even footing here. Newbie opting not to check Lumberjack Cave. We'll see if d2kemps does. Full magic refill from the pull tree. Nice to know that that's in logic. And Newbie says, yep, I know it's just a big 20, but I only have 50 rupees, so let's pick that up, because I'm going to need it for bottle merchant. I did miss what was in the thieves' hut there, but apparently it wasn't important since chat didn't go crazy, and neither did my co-commentator.
No, we haven't really seen anything just yet.
Nothing doing for Lumberjack Cave, just 10 arrows. So Newbie not at a knowledge deficit whatsoever for not checking the Lumberjack Cave.
Yeah, a lot of people have been opting. Oh, and
there's a power glove.
There's that.
It's so bad.
A lot of people
sorry to
have
interrupt
been
you.
opting to wait. Yeah, no worries. A lot of people have been opting to wait until they have the items required to do that. Oh, and hey, look, bombs jumped off the tier 1 pole. Yeah,
Nice.
to save d2kemps a bit of money.
Indeed it is. And so Newbie, barring finding some rupee hoards here in Kakariko, may not be able to get Bottle Merchant. We'll see if that comes into play here very shortly as Newbie opts not to attempt a chicken clip.
Yeah, he's gonna farm up these bombs, gonna kill that crow, and then grab some extra bombs, and boom.
Yeah, don't blame him at all. He's now at 8 bombs, didn't have to spend a single rupee. The smart stuff.
I think it's gonna cost him. Like, it's pretty much gonna be the same amount of time spent as a Newbie did. He's not gonna be too far behind, item-wise here. And,
we got the hammer.
Oh,
Stop!
Well, now
Hammer time!
and the chain of burner.
And bombs.
With the items that we have right now, we could go do. Once we get that Moon Pro, we actually go do the Spike Cave.
Yeah.
Looks like Blind's Hut doesn't have anything yet.
Not yet. We got one more chest available here. Let us see. And nope, big 20. Big 20! So, obviously everybody's happy to see the hammer. Not only is it one of the best weapons in the game strength-wise, but it also unlocks a lot of the world for traveling, so... But as you mentioned, Zelnus, we do still need that Moon Pearl.
The Moon Pearl is going to be the important part here.
Alright, so Newbie has enough for the bottle merchant, and the bottle merchant gives a minor life lesson. He is not the purveyor extraordinaire of life lessons, but sometimes he does pull one out. And did so in that case. A big 20 for 100 rupees. That's fair. Maybe checking library here. On the library shelf, we've got big 20. Little frustration swipes there, which is so funny when Link doesn't have a sword.
It's just a little poke. Just a little poke.
Newbie opts not to YOLO the race game as I have seen some racers do, but good choice because it's just a big greener, a single rupee sitting on the race game. And Newbie opts to go back to Sanctuary. He remembers, hey, I got the power glove. Let's see what those 3 items are in the back of Escape. All right, we had a map check. I saw a crystal at Eastern, but my old eyes missed the rest of it. Zelnis, can you fill us in?
Nope, I didn't catch anything like what you caught. I was looking straight at Eastern, hoping to catch what that is, because we do already have the weapon for it.
So Newbie did find a bottle in the back of Escape that does open up Sick Kid, but that's such a long walk for a single check. Looks like both of our runners are going to be heading to the south shore here to the dam and Mini Moldorm Cave. Total of 7 unique items there. They may or may not walk all the way up to Ice Rod Caves. Crystal at Desert, and I think I saw a crystal at Tower of Hera as well. So
that's what it looks like.
All 3 Light World dungeons are crystals today. So what dungeons are going to be pendant? I'm smelling a required double dip in Turtle Rock. Or at least a dip into a pendant Turtle Rock. All right, D2 is going to be the first one out of the dam here. We'll see what the Soggy item is today, and it is an arrow upgrade, which they are just going to walk right on by.
Yeah, they aren't going to need that anytime soon. Some players opt to grab their first few upgrades, I've noticed. Maybe just want that extra safety, but really you don't need any of the upgrades.
And odds are you'll find one in a treasure chest unavoidably while you're out here.
Exactly.
So the Mini Moldorms living up to their nickname as Troll Dorms, because that is exactly what they're doing here to d2kemps, just dodging every one of his bow shots. Newbie says, I got something easier. I'm going to use a Cane of Burna. We got the Swirly Coin, the Bombos, we got the Moon Pearl, and the Flute!
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Damn,
Powder and Big 20. Wow.
d2kemps saving and putting to activate that flute now.
Right now. So, wow.
Or not. No, never mind. He's saving Quinn to go to Eastern. I thought he was saving Quinn to go turn on his flute. But Newbie is doing that. Newbie's grabbing the flute right away.
So interesting choice here. So this is our first route divergence, and because of the nature of Randomizer, a route divergence is always a cause for drama because somebody made the right choice, or nobody made the right choice, or they could have each gone in different directions and found different progression items. So this is where Randomizer starts to get really interesting.
I think that you can actually have both runners make it the right choice. There's a sword for d2kemps. That's already paying off.
All right, Fisher Price, baby's first sword.
Yeah, you can actually have both runners make the right choice. A lot of times people say, "Oh, there's no right or wrong choices." No, there definitely is a randomizer.
That's right.
You sometimes see that in full display in some races. People making huge risks because, for whatever reason.
And the Sick Kid gives Newbie Fisher Price's baby's first shield. So between those two locations, we've got a full set of kit. So, yeah, Newbie noticing too. He got the powder out of that cave. So we got the bow, we got the powder. We can check the Batman this early in the game.
This is pretty odd to be able to check it this quickly at only 15 minutes.
Yeah. And just gets a piece of fart for his troubles, but you certainly can't blame him for checking it. Like you said, Zelnus, not often this early in the game do you get the opportunity to check this location. And Newbie flutes to 5. He's probably heading on to Eastern as well.
Bid key for d2kemps. Yeah, it looks like they're both often do the Eastern early play. This will work out because he's going to get his sword. They're going to be on roughly the same patch here. The only difference is that when Newbie leaves here, he'll be able to flute to wherever he is. Newbie will have to save and quit.
Yeah, Newbie did not activate his flute, which is a mistake I think anybody who's played Randomizer has made a couple times. Not saying that d2kemps made the mistake. I'm sure he deliberately chose to come over here before activating his flute, because at the end of the day, it's kind of 6 one, half dozen of the other, right? You're going to have to run over there eventually.
He might be hoping to have more items. Maybe he's going to go to Dark World when he decides to turn on his flute. He'll turn on his flute, go up, check out Dark World, so he just wants to combine it with a bit more. This means that they will be doing the dark rooms here, though. The first dark room, not so bad. The other dark rooms can be a bit tricky. And it looks like he's going to gamble on the item being on Armos.
Right, so yeah, this is the difficult dark room here.
Exactly the way that he's doing it right here, though, is the way that you should do it. You fire your arrows. You basically, when you have your sword out, you can't move like where you're facing. So you always are facing front. You shoot arrows until they stop halfway, and there you go. You know where the Armos is. You know where you are. Move up to them. Move back. The only thing that can happen sometimes is those popos bopping you in the face in the dark, and that can mess you up.
And also the if you get too far up to the top wall of that room, you won't be able to pick up the pot that's blocking your way. So sometimes that can be a problem as well.
Yeah, if it's your first time doing that, you don't really realize you can't be right at the top of the room. You have to be a little bit down. So you'll see sometimes people will spend a bit of time in that room seemingly doing nothing, and it's just because they're not finding that.
D2 just barely misses the one cycle on those Igors. That's something that's been tripping me up in my last few races too.
It's harder to get both of them if you do it the way that d2kemps did there with his sword out, because you move a lot slower. It's just makes it. Oh, and there's the item, so he won that gamble.
Nice gamble by d2kemps. Saves a good 30 seconds.
At least that.
Yeah.
Without the boots, that walk feels quite long.
Yeah, you're probably right. Without the boots, it's probably significantly longer.
And it's a dark room, and they don't have the most health right now, so doing the damage boost would take away some of their health if they did it first try. We're going to see Newbie's just not going to take that risk.
Yep, Newbie will be doing the easier of the dark rooms here. And got to think D2 is headed straight over to activate his flute, so he can warp all around Hyrule like Newbie404 can right now. Looks like Newbie took a hit. Ladies and gentlemen, all rise for the playing of the Hyrulean National Anthem. You may now return to your seats. And Newbie's showing us, proving to us now that the gamble that d2kemps made was the right one. The vanilla big key chest holding only the compass.
Yeah, d2kemps just basically making a solid 50-50 there.
And he also will go ahead and check Magic Bat, because why wouldn't he? So... Oh, Newbie just bomb-boast all of the...
Oh, well, that works too. He seems to be having... He's not doing the same strategy, so I'm not even sure where he is right now.
He just unlocked the door, so there he goes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to watch the key count. I was like, okay, he picked up the key. Okay, the key went from 1 to 0, so he at least hit the door. But sometimes that's tricky because you can trigger the unlock without being 100% lined up to walk up the stairs there.
Yeah, that can happen quite a bit.
And speaking of dark rooms, d2kemps going to go rescue the old man in the dark. See what reward he gets for that.
It's interesting doing this with how few items he has. He might just be trying to get this out of the way, because he can only chip this plus the item in Spectacle Rock. He can't check anything else.
Yeah, very true. It does, however, give you that the save and quit point for the mountain cave. However, when you have the flute, you can just flute to 1 and essentially be in the same place. So a little bit of Mox Nix, but obviously the save and quit point does give you a life refill point as well. So when you save and quit to the mountain cave, you can go talk to the old man, get your old man kisses, and get all of your life refilled. We got the Quake Medallion on top of Spectacle Rock, and inside the cave we have an arrow upgrade. So d2kemps probably not going to be terribly thrilled that he's here. But Zelda's very prescient of you there. Where's d2kemps going now?
He might be going to... I did mention Spike Key was doable.
Yep.
And yeah, so you can do that with just the blue cane. He is trying to find some extra hearts, just to give himself a little bit of leeway.
So Mire and Ice are our crystals 5 and 6. Our pendants were Turtle Rock, Green Pendant, called it, Swamp Palace, and I don't remember the other pendant. But we got Book of Medora and Hype Cave, so now Desert Palace is accessible.
Is that where Newbie's going right now? No, because he doesn't have the rest of the equipment. He doesn't have a fire source. He's got his flute. That might be where he's going. I think Spike Cave was a dud.
Yep. Not a bad thought there by d2kemps. Looks like Newbie is also going to go rescue the old man. Old men everywhere, thank you. And looks like d2kemps is also going to go hit up Hype Cave.
It's kind of interesting that Newbie didn't go either to Catfish or to the race game from where he was. Those are very common after Chicken Hype Cave.
You mean the digging game?
Yes. Did I say race game? Yeah, Dark World race game.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So D2 also picks up his blue mail.
That's actually a pretty good cave, honestly. Book and blue mail? And I mean, in the bottle, you can't shake your head at that cave. That cave is actually pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, moderately hype cave. However, for this particular seed, Mini Moldorm Cave was absolutely the hype cave.
Oh yeah, this seed. That was a good cave.
So D2 is going to run up and check probably the pyramid, and quite frankly, he may opt to
No, he's going straight to pod. Yeah, this makes sense with the items that they have. Newbie is not doing the same that Kemps did. He is skipping the Spike Cave. Going to check this other out-of-the-way location.
Ice Red Cave, like you mentioned, it is an out-of-the-way location, but, sometimes when those locations contain progression, it can give you a pretty good leg up on your opponent. Now, d2kemps going to pod with no lamp. This is going to be interesting because there are, well, obviously with it being called Palace of Darkness, you have to assume that there's some significant dark rooms in there, and there are.
The two tricky ones being the turtle room, about 3 rooms deep in the basement, and then the first part of the dungeon has the dark maze.
Yep.
Dark maze is a little bit easier to feel around. Obviously, it's got walls being a maze. It looks like Newbie is heading to Zora. Probably also going to check everything else in the water.
So Newbie will be breaking the sequence here. Oh!
Not checking Hobo, it looks like. But is getting that crucial information that mirror is required. It wasn't necessarily required in the Seedless Swamp Palace being a pendant, but now it is.
And wow, just some change in the Waterfall of Wishing up there for Newbie404. That could have been a significant sequence break, but technically it isn't. However, he does come away with good knowledge of the location of the Titan's Myths, always required items, and as you mentioned, since they're on Lake Hylia Island, the mirror is going to be required.
Yeah, and previously, so Ice Palace you can fate flip to, so both mirror and flippers were kind of off the table. Until then he kind of tried to dodge a fireball, which is good, because that would have been a game over. Ended up on the land there. The hitbox for the land and the water here is very odd. It's very deceiving. You can really make it look like you're walking on the deep water if you know the movement lines to do that.
All right, and now the purveyor extraordinaire of life lessons, Zora himself, and that's a pretty strong life lesson right there. And also comes away with knowledge that there's only 3 bombs on the ledge in Zora's kingdom, so he does not need to ever go back there.
Is Newbie checking? No, he's just doing the. Yes, I see what he's doing now.
Yep. Get the life refill, quick flute.
Oh, is he going here without boots and without a light source? That's pretty ballsy. Well, he's only got 2 more bombs left to do this. Okay, and 1 key for Newbie, so he's not fully locked out. Come on, d2kemps, you got this. Kill that Helmasaur health man. Beetle. So we are moving up. We are not going to see just yet the wonderful Hammer-Yum. And Newbie, I missed what he got, responding to something real quick. And I want to say the way he's doing, he maybe found the bid key. We're going to see if the boots are required for the sea. They are not. At least not for that. Might still be required just to enter Misery Mire under certain circumstances. Nothing much from d2kemps' side, and Newbie does not have a fire source, so he needs to scuttle on out of here, not getting too much value from Desert Palace.
Yeah, but d2kemps did find the silver arrows down in the dark room there. It does finally find the big key, so nice little haul here for d2kemps.
d2kemps is trying to get out of the way. That guy takes 3 hits with just the fighter sword. Looks like we might be seeing hammer. Nope.
Yep, I was thinking hammer yump too, both times.
Well, the first time he did, I don't think he had a small key to get back through. So doing a hammer yump would actually have locked him in here because small keys can't be in here.
Right, because they can't be in here because otherwise you could soft lock pod. The logic is so specific for Palace of Darkness because there's so many different ways you could key lock the runner.
Yeah.
All right, rupees there in the dark maze. So one more chest remains for d2kemps. That is the big chest.
Oh, and there's the Master Sword. Come on,
Very
yeah,
nice.
time to do some death warping on these Dodongos.
Absolutely. Without the hammer, this is the quickest way to get back to the beginning of the dungeon, and quite honestly, get a little bit of a health refill.
Yeah, and he might... I'm not sure if he checked all of the front chests, because he went in through the side. Oh, he doesn't want to do those dark rooms. Okay. It's understandable. Those are some of the harder dark rooms.
Yeah, the 6 turtle room being probably the hardest, not necessarily the hardest to navigate, but the turtles hit pretty hard, even with the blue mail, and you've got to hit both of them twice with the hammer. Or all 6 of them twice with the hammer, and you can, because you can't see them, you can flip them back over from being in their vulnerable position.
Yeah, you can actually... There's a setup you can do. It's... If you do the NMG way of clearing that room, like there's a setup to do that room 100% of the time, very quickly, but it is somewhat difficult. Also, d2kemps not finding any progression in pods, so Newbie's play to not go to pod is going to work out for him.
It's interesting though, because it is a crystal dungeon. He could have completed it. See if that choice turns out to now. Obviously, without the lamp, Palace of Darkness not in logic, so there won't be anything stopping him from making progression in this particular seed. But the time loss, however, may come back to haunt him. We'll see how this race turns out.
Interesting fact I'd like to point out: you can actually stun Gibdos with a blue boomerang if you got it, which these runners do. Makes that room way easier. Just even trying to fight Gibdos can be a bit stressful.
Particularly without the fire rod. Oh, clutch refill there for Newbie. That piece of heart being enough. So both runners opting to check Skull Woods here. And not going to turn out to be much. Got to have the fire rod to advance any further. Newbie's checked all chests that are checkable right now. Going to head out. Got to assume his next stop will be next door to the bumper cave to see what's there, just for knowledge purposes. And Newbie will make a liar out of me, because that's what runners do.
Though, really the only dungeon that they can do here is Thieves Town, which, if you're in Dark World and can't do Thieves Town, hey, we found another sword.
Yeah. So when D2 heads over there, he'll get the Flaming Cheeto Sword, Bacon Sword, Tempered Sword, whatever it is you want to call it, and that will make the rest of this game significantly easier.
Yeah, the damage up from Master to Fighter, or from Master to Tempered, is quite large, probably the largest increase in the game. Just a lot of enemies just don't really take damage from the Master Sword late game. And there you go, we see Kemps using his boomerang here to just deal with these Gibdos real quick.
Right, Newbie looks like he is all... No, I thought he was going to head into Steve's Town, but he's going to check the chest game first, which, okay, alright, don't blame him for that.
Well, you don't want to have Boots be right here and then you skip it. Or in this case, a fairy, which is going to help out.
Oh, yeah. Now, luckily, our runners do have Cane of Burna, which is fantastic weapon for the blind fight. Don't think either one of them is necessarily going to need it, but you never know. And there we go. There's all 4 bottles there. Newbie finds the 4th bottle.
Yeah. And somebody asked Incha, is that grayscale? I think that's 4 swords linked, which is grayscaled because I think they were in that game. Can't remember. There's a lot of links now.
Yeah, that's the Robo Link 9000.
Oh, that's Robo. Okay.
Yeah.
I know that the 4 swords link is a bit washed out color-wise.
Yeah. So both our runners in a similar situation here. Obviously, D2 has cleared most of pod, which kind of helps him and hurts him.
Well, there's our mushroom.
It's drug deal time.
Bacon.
Bacon. Only a couple more months till I get to have bacon again. Okay.
And done with the first half. Dungeons do you want? It is a pendant, so not everybody finishes this dungeon when it is. Sometimes I'll abandon it after the first half.
Newbie pressing on. Given the fact that they are really, really starved for a fire source right now, we know they're going to need a fire source. We know the mirror is going to be required, and so are the flippers. And all of those can be here in Thieves Town. I would probably be doing what Newbie is doing if I were playing this seed right now. But again, as as was shown earlier, d2kemps, decided not to go right side in Easter Palace. Oh, he comes back.
I know, and like I said, you don't want to skip the boots. If they're right there, you're going to kick yourself at the boots or another sword or something that will speed up Thieves Town. Thieves Town is a pretty long dungeon without those boots.
Very true.
Haven't checked all these chests, especially with how much walking there is in this dungeon.
There's the water toes.
Well, there we go. So that's one half of DNR Titans. We do need that fire rod. We do need Cane of Samaria today. We don't need the boots necessarily unless the hook shot is in Misery Mire. Or, in GT even, which can happen.
Yeah, or Bonk Rocks or King's
Yeah, exactly. So Beastly boots aren't necessarily required. It just all depends on where the rest of the items have been placed.
And you'll see a difference here between our 2 runners because D2 will kill everything in this dungeon with one swipe of that tempered sword. Meanwhile, Newbie404 has to double hit the red. I don't remember what the name of the horse head enemies is.
There's Zazax or something similar to that.
Zazax. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, and this dungeon with Blue Mail, this dungeon isn't too bad.
All right, Newbie making quick work there of. So it looks like the flippers were the only real prize there for Thieves Town.
Fairly big prize considering that the mitts are for people just showing up. The Titan's mitts are on the Lake Hylia Island.
Newbie404 heading over to Alec Baldwin's digging game. See what he will dig up here. This is one of the higher numbers. So the digging game is randomized, but it's randomized with each seed to a number between 1 and 30. And Newbie says, I'm picking up the single arrow just because.
Give in chat what they want.
Yeah. The single arrow of dreams.
d2kemps abusing the fact that he currently has full... Oh, not anymore.
Commentator's curse.
I mean, I can't really curse a fight when you have full control over. There's no randomness to this.
Oh, is this even randomized? We got the shovel at Old Stumpy.
Oh, hey. Sadly, we don't have the mirrors, so we actually do have to walk over there. So we have 2 fetch quests that we've received in recent time.
So, quests.
Well, I mean, in this seed, when we don't have anything, I'll fetch quests when I can. And right now,
Big 20 at the dig spot.
there's one of our fetch quests not yielding anything, so we might have to start dipping dungeons. We don't have any access to East Death Mountain right now.
You're gonna need that hook shot or the mirror for that.
And d2kemps about to discover exactly how long this game is, and that's a piece of heart.
All right, so we're getting to a point now where we have very few locations available in the logic. Catfish is one of them. Newbie's going to dip into pod like d2kemps did, and he's not going to find much. Yeah, we don't have the mitts, so we can't get Jeremiah the Bullfrog or the lunchbox. No mirror, so a lot of those locations are out. I'm thinking something's got to be a Catfish.
I think so, or we haven't even seen the pyramid. So
Oh yeah, yeah. We've checked Spike Cave. There's just a big
nobody's
20.
checked Hobo either.
Ah, good point. And we do have the water toes. Well, at least Newbie has the water toes now. I believe D2 has the water toes as well. We are having some technical difficulties here, so please bear with us. We're doing the best we can. Ladies and gentlemen, as both of our runners are going over territory that their opponent has done as well, I'd like to go ahead and take this opportunity to remind you, hey, if you enjoy what you're seeing here today, and how could you not be, why don't you consider giving the Speed Gaming family channels a follow, but most importantly, giving these 2 runners a follow, because they're putting in good work for your entertainment here today. Some good stuff going on here, and I ask you to consider giving them a follow. So where does d2kemps go after this?
There's a few places. You can't do Ice Palace just yet. We need the mirror to do Ice Palace, funny enough.
Right, because we got to get those darn Titans mitts off of the Lake Hylia Island. Did d2kemps never go to the
I don't
back of the
think
skate?
either. I don't think either runner has had the time nor the want to come over here with the flute. It does require some actual effort to come over here with the flute.
No,
So
Newbie did.
oh, Newbie did. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Ah, okay, I see.
that's where he found his first bottle. Yeah, if I'm D2, he's going back to Sanctuary though. But I think you're right, Zelda's Pyramid or Catfish is almost.
He's walking over to Zora, but also Gah? Oh, he needs money for Zora.
Oh yeah. Is he hula-hanning? Yeah, looks like he's
Yeah,
gonna
he is.
hula-hand.
Oh no, you gotta.
Well, he was trying to.
If you're not right in the middle there, it'll just stop you.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's going to realize that he has wasted this time when he gets to Zora because the purveyor of life lessons, or the purveyor extraordinaire of life lessons, will be doing so again. So Chris Houlihan room comes into play yet again. More often comes into play in an open mode seed, but
Yeah, the reason it happens more often in open is really just because in open mode, you don't start off with anything. So it's just a common good start. Go to Sanctuary, Houlihan, finish up, like go back to Lint's house, and then you're good. And then you just start from there. Some people opt to wait or just not do it.
d2kemps probably a little perturbed now that he just farmed Houlihan room and then found 300 rupees. But okay. Yeah, that's...
If I see what's on Hobo here.
And this could be it. Now D2 will see that his all-important Titan's mitts are here on Lake Hylia Island, but yes, d2kemps will head up to Hobo. This could be it. If this is Fire Rod, heck, if this is pretty much anything right now, we've opened up a few good places.
All the progression that we can find here is quite good. We'll open up a lot of options. Samaria is the only one that won't, but at least that's just a bit 20 from the hobos. He gave us his pocket change.
Making that quake fish, that catfish, bottom feeding fish, whatever you want to call him. Looking like a much more attractive option right now.
Yeah, considering we know what's at all these spots at this point.
It's a little bit faster to go ahead and flute back to this portal, so I can understand why D2 did that. Now that he has the water toes, he can be disappointed at Waterfall of Wishing just like Newbie was. Newbie, of course, finding his tempered sword. Got to be happy about that. And Death Warp. We'll see if... Oh, no. I think Newbie was trying to Death Warp, but didn't realize he had a fairy, so Death Warp denied.
At least Death Warping onto Dondos is fairly easy. They deal full heart of damage no matter what.
Because fire doesn't care about your armor. So I wonder if Newbie will continue on through Pod and go ahead and take out Helmasaur King.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he's Death Warping and not saving Quidin leads me to believe he is. We just killed his Dodondo friend.
Yeah, that's got to be frustrating.
Poor Dodondo. You found another one, but you can't get to him. Don't hold out your sword. You can't kill your friends. They're helping you out.
They're helping to kill you. This is assisted suicide.
I feel like at some point he should have just walked out of there.
Yeah.
Looks like d2kemps is checking.
You can check
Athena.
Agana. Yeah.
I don't think we've seen this.
We haven't. Now that I think about
the
it.
last time somebody came here, it was for desert.
So this could be big here. Oh no, but d2kemps is out of bombs. Agana check denied.
Oh wow, yeah. That's huh.
That was a thing that happened, as my daughter would say.
Well, Temps check in here to find out nothing.
Ah, the silver arrows. They kill almost everything in one hit.
Okay, Kemp's gonna find out that just like Newbie before him, that there is no progression here and there's no way to progress through it.
Meanwhile, we will see Newbie. Alright, so he's in the single turtle room right now. Probably just gonna... No, he's not gonna take the hit. He's gonna go past and kill it. Now it is time for the 6 turtle room.
There's a way to do it
Newbie
with...
takes care of it.
Well, with Tempered, you kill them in one shot, so it's really just hammer, like, slash. You kind of... if you leave the drops in the room, you can kind of see them. And you can also hear if you tink on them with your sword or not.
Yep.
So there's lots of audio cues you can use.
I think he's killed 3, 4 so far.
Alternatively, you just stand in the middle of the room and you wait until they'll just come in and jump on you and hammer once and then just frantically swing your sword until they're all dead. The thing is that the progression on any of these out of the way locations could be lamp, so the progression could actually be on Helmosaur. So doing this dark room,
it could
spending
be.
this time could save time in the end.
Certainly what Newbie is hoping, but he is having trouble finding the last turtle or 2 in that room, I think.
I saw him tint. Yeah, I saw him tint.
Yeah.
Sometimes they didn't get hung up on the lamps, which can make this room a little annoying. I think that this will not tell him anything.
No, it won't.
Oh, I know, dude. He'll hear tinks, I think. And that's what just happened.
Yeah, at this point, I might just stand still, wait for one to hit me, and then there he goes.
There he is.
That should do it. Alright, this part can be difficult, but he's got to find... There he goes. He got the push block. Alright, Newbie should be just fine from here on out, because it is literally a straight shot to Helmosaur from here. And there we have it. Alright, so D2 heading up, probably to check the only 2 locations that are really in logic right now, and that would be Pyramid and Catfish, so...
Pretty much. I think that is all that is left. One of them might have the lamp, might not. I mean, we could have one of those seeds where lamp is just like knee-deep somewhere, requires you to double-dip every dungeon.
Well, we're about to find out because Helmosaur King is dead and he drops a bomb.
Ah, there's a mirror!
There we go.
We finally found it. This has been available for like 12 years.
Yeah.
Like, this has been available since like 20 minutes in.
Yeah, both of our runners walked right past the pyramid.
Both our runners kept going here. They're like, no, you know what? I'm gonna do pod. I can complete it. I got the bow. And then
Yeah.
no, and now we're gonna go get our Titan's mitts. We're still not checking catfish. I don't know about this one. I don't know.
Yeah. If given how many items you need to find and what's all gated right now,
But-
I think catfish would be a good idea.
Man, does this open up the seed. The mirror
Oh,
opens
yeah.
up this seed. Ridiculous. Oh, we are going straight to Ice Palace.
Hey, don't need the fire rod. We got bombos.
Yeah. Newbie walked into the pyramid, gonna find his mirror as well.
We'll see if Newbie decides to walk up to catfish now. Note that Newbie has already completed pod, whereas D2 is going to have to go back and finish it. So that is an advantage that Newbie has right now, but as we know all the time in Randomizer, there's really no lead that's safe.
No. Especially not when you have this many options.
Yeah. All right, Newbie nopes out of there. Does not want to check the quake fish.
Both
Okay.
runners realizing that there are a lot of... Oh, he's going straight to Death Mountain. Did he not...
No, he did.
Oh,
but
No, but he saw it with the corner of his eye. Did he actually register that it was there? He did.
yeah, he
okay.
did.
He realized, wait a second, I'm missing some items here, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wouldn't have been a terrible decision to go up to Death Mountain because there is a crystal dungeon there. However, you get the mitts first, then you can do Dark World Death Mountain.
Now, with the items that we have right now, we can only check 2 items on
Right.
Dark World Death Mountain. But if you find the hook shot there, and you don't have the Titan's mitts, then you are going to feel quite silly. So, and is he going to walk all the way to Catfish after that saving point? No, okay. But yeah, we are... So yeah, this Titan mitts unlocks Dark Death Mountain, it unlocks Mire area, and with the mirror unlocks all the little mirror spots throughout the world. We also, with the Titan's mitts, unlocked Ice, where d2kemps is.
I gotta think that Newbie's heading straight there as well.
Yeah, it looks like both runners are thinking, okay, well, I've got the Palmos. This dungeon has technically been open to me for who knows how long. And in this case, we won't necessarily need the hook shot. Oh no, never mind. We depending on the items that we get, logically it could be. Ooh, d2kemps gonna have to use a potion here.
Yeah. Yeah, without the Cane of Samaria, bomb jump is absolutely the right answer here.
Yeah, but logically, if we were to say, if Cane of Samaria is technically available to our runners, it could be required to come here without hook shot. So we'll find out shortly. d2kemps playing it safe, doesn't want to fall off by getting hit by the fire bar. Having to do the jump again.
Yeah, don't blame that. That's happened to all of us at least once, that you get the bomb jump and then you fall off into the abyss and have to do the bomb jump again. Not fun. Nobody likes having to do that. Nice ping gators there by D2.
I found out that the fire bar can just alley-oop you down into a hole.
Yes, it can.
I didn't realize if you bonk jump up, the fire bar will just smack you back into the hole.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if you're in midair, he does not. The fire bar does not care.
All right. D2 using the bombos to take out the freezors here, and
Oh,
yep. There we go.
So right side chests are in logic.
Yeah. So what Zelda's saying there is that if you get keys early enough here in Ice Palace, then you do not need the hook shot to wrap around from the bottom and come up from the lower floor. So a lot of runners don't like to go to Ice Palace without the hook shot, but it's possible that the hook shot is not even remotely required.
Under specific circumstances, Cold Stare can have hook shot,
Right.
which it requires King of Samaria, which again, the way that we play this, so for a little bit of context while these runners are just going through Ice Palace, the game, and this is a good example of it, we play the game with a logic, which means where the items are placed, that requires no glitches. You'll never have to glitch to beat this game. But we play under the no major glitches rules, which is the primary speedrun rules, which means that we are allowed to use any of what's deemed a minor glitch, which is anything that wouldn't allow you to dupe items, warp to different areas, or basically skip entire crystals. That's kind of the definition. A major glitch would allow you in the main game to skip crystals.
Yeah, but so far, not terribly much here in Ice Palace.
I think that might even mean the third item.
Yeah, that might. It's at least 2.
Yeah, we'll see here if d2kemps goes straight for the boss or not, or if he goes back up.
Yeah, don't ask me to count. I'm a lawyer.
Is finding a key later in and mirroring out to backtrack in logic? Yes. Ice Palace is the only dungeon that could require a mirror, or another thing is it can require you to kill Cold Stare and then go back to the dungeon. All of these require Samaria to be available. Pretty much all of these weird oddities, but this is probably the weirdest dungeon logic-wise. But it's broken in half by the Ice Palace bomb jump, which is why it is kind of the recommended trick to learn.
Alright, so D2 did get Cold Stare broken up a little bit. Kind of unavoidable when all you have is tempered no fire rod, but should be able to make short work here. Yeah, there we go.
If you know exactly what you're doing, you can definitely keep Cold Stare corralled up, but that does require a lot of practice to keep him corralled. Even top runners have issues with this boss.
Unless you have Butter Sword, then it's easy. Yes,
Butter Sword is just 3 slashes on each part. Might be it's 4. Yeah, it's 4 fire rod shots or butter slashes. Logic will never require bomb jumps. Those are considered glitches. It can require bonk jumps,
right?
Which is you bonking on a wall or pot or etc. things, because that is not a glitch, as shown by the fact that there's a room in Ganon's tower that is only accessible via bonking.
Yep, absolutely. A nice little refill room in Ganon's tower with 2 fairies and a full magic refill. So d2kemps is going to hit up Tower of Hera. There's got to be something in Tower of Hera, unless there's something on Catfish. Those are like the only 2 places I can think of where
we have
these runners have left.
Well, we have Mire now.
We have Mirror now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, the mirror opens up a bit. We do still need that fire source. That fire source would open up quite a bit. Again, hook shot, in theory, depending on where we find Samaria. Samaria is the big question.
There's the Quake medallion.
The way that Ice Palace was laid out leads me to believe that Samaria is probably available right now. Like it's somewhere, and we could do this dungeon. So I think that everything they're doing is technically in logic, even if they don't have the items.
Yeah.
This is starting to feel like it's going to be a very late or deeply hidden hook shot.
Yeah, I'm guessing hook shot or fire rod in here. Oh, well, this dungeon is locked.
Oh, wow. Yeah, we can't finish it. No fire source just yet.
Oh, there's the boots in the mire
shack.
Shack.
Okay, there we go. That's actually huge that Newbie decided to go to Mire area. I didn't catch what Mire was.
I did not either. We're both too busy watching Tower of Hera.
Yeah, that was a big question because the fire source being there. Wow, that Meyer should paying off. That is huge. Newbie could do another Dark World. He hasn't done much extra overworld. Like, there's so much opened up when we found that mirror. I don't think I've ever seen a seed that seems so linear when it never really was. Like, they've had all of these options the entire game.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to open this up. He might find some Mario on the mountain.
Yeah.
And that could,
We'll not
that
be
could
able to
open up
go
a pennant
anywhere.
check.
Yeah, we'll be able to go anywhere, but it does avoid, if, as you were mentioning, if he does find Cane of Samaria or something over here, prevents him from having to mirror back to the light world, then take the portal down to reopen it. D2 will be checking Super Bunny Cave here. He can't get anything in Hookshot Cave right now because he does not have the boots. There is one chest in Hookshot Cave that you can bonk to, and that is in logic, and the hookshot can be there. And I apparently missed Newbie picking up the Cane of Samaria. For shame. Where was the Cane of Samaria? I am ashamed.
I will admit to being a bit cruel there and noticing it and seeing, oh, yeah, I'll let him catch it. It's his item. It blended in with the boots.
Blended in with the boots. All right, that's okay. When d2kemps picks it up, we'll get it. That may be the first time I've completely missed it. That's all right.
It's kind of convenient because it's right by the dungeon itself, so we can check Meyer, because it was Bombos. So this is pretty interesting here. Now, this dungeon could be also fire-locked, just like the other two dungeons before it.
It's possible. There is one. There's two chests that are inaccessible without the fire source. So let's see.
So we actually also have to keep an eye out on the items here, because if the items are locked as well, it's real. Like we have two very divergent paths. I mean, there are like 4 paths. It's actually surprising that both went straight to Ice Palace. A little bit. Not really with where exactly they were when they found the Titan's Mitts. It kind of made sense to just get it over with. There's the fire rod.
There's fire rod.
And Meyer. And with you got basically a care package to enter this dungeon, and then the dungeon finishes it off itself. Meyer is a self-completing dungeon here.
Yeah, that's wow. And D2 doesn't look like he's finding much here in Paradox Cave yet.
There's the butter sword, but he didn't find anything else. So no progression. Misery Meyer's the play.
Yep.
I have a question in chat if the lamp or fire rod can be on the ped or the tablets. They can surely be on the tablets. We found the fire rod though. The lamp cannot be on the pedestal in this seed due to Turtle Rock requiring the lamp.
Yep, the logic will never ever force you to go through a dark room.
d2kemps is doing a play that makes sense in this current logic. Overworld is back to being favored in some way.
Yeah, looks like he's gonna hit up Cave Above Graveyard.
I mean, he's got so much overworld you can check here.
Now, again, we still need hookshot, so.
Now the thing is, the hookshot can be anywhere. It could be on. Actually, we're in go mode minus that hookshot. Depending on what Newbie wants to do, he might skip all of the overworld. He might just go to GT.
Yeah.
It only just dawned on me with the 2 items there, kind of with the fire out sneaking up on us. We can complete the game. We just can't complete it at the same time. We can get to GT, and that is go mode for most runners. Just get into GT.
Yeah, but as our lovely tracker Cindy has pointed out in the chat, hookshot could conceivably be in Ganon's Tower.
Absolutely.
It would be an odd scene indeed where that would occur, but it is not outside the realm of possibility.
The Andy Thint emo after is also very apt for this seed. Might not be the only one who can do it, but he's definitely the most famous one who can.
Yep.
Now, is Newbie gonna find the hook shot here? That would be crazy if everything was just in Mire.
It would be, yeah. If the hook shot were over here, this would be like
Oh, he can't make
massive.
it yet.
Oh no!
You can't bonk there. Get in that bridge. Is that? Oh, there's the lamp.
Yeah.
That's gonna help out. It's not required in the least.
It is required by the
See,
logic, but not. I don't think. I don't know if our runners can do it.
Oh, he's gonna get everything. Oh wow, we're gonna be caught up here. And on top of that, with the lamp, he won't have to have. Oh, and there's the other item for Newbie. So hookshot's not here, but these guys are gonna be pretty much caught up here. They are both gonna find all of the items that they need. He's gonna see that he can enter it. He's gonna find Samari in the boots.
Yeah. With the exception that Newbie404 is going to have to go, or has already completed pod, and d2kemps is not. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you that that's gotta be Kane. We got the Kane of Samaria in the Mire Shacks. Sorry I missed it the first time. I can't always be perfect.
He's gonna go to desert now because he can.
Yeah, why not?
Because he actually has the lamp, so he's gonna have a lot of an easier time. I hate this dark room here.
I think most people will tell you this is the worst dark room in the game.
If it wasn't for those it's the fire there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The little fireball shooting statues. Yeah, I have no idea what they're called, but yeah, Newbie having a little bit of trouble here, and d2kemps is not going to have any trouble at all because he's going to have the lamp to illuminate this room when he gets there, so... Yeah, D2 seems to be making just some of these minor execution mistakes here. I got to imagine he feels behind, and oh, Newbie taking a death there in Mire. Oh, one of the Landmalas gives D2 the head fake there. He gets it. And gets a red shield for his troubles. And yeah, without a doubt, d2kemps' next dungeon is Mire. He'll have to, and this actually works out nice for him, even though he does have to go finish up Palace of Darkness. He does get to finish and have his last dungeon be Tower of Hera, which is right up on Death Mountain, so...
I mean, that depends. He might not rush it the same way that... Like, these guys might still check Overworld before GT. Statistically, the hookshot's in GT. But, we'll see. We'll see what these guys do. They have a lot of options here.
Yep. Newbie's going to try that dark room one more time. That's the one dark room I refuse to do.
Mire is quite difficult. There is some ways to do it, but these fire shots are just ruin it every time. The trick I've heard is like, once you find the skull and remove it, then you find the door by clinking on it because it'll make a different sound, and then you make a Samaria block and throw it, and it's like, okay.
So interesting. D2 checking Agonist Cave first. I guess it makes sense. It's good to route it in. And of course, he doesn't know that the Fire Rod is there in Misery Mire. Newbie taking another death in that room. I can't imagine how frustrated he is right now. He may just be noping out of here. Yeah, he's going to nope out. at some time, discretion is the better part of valor, and yeah, or not. So where is Newbie headed off to here? Oh, did he never check checkerboard, or is he just going straight to desert? Okay. D2 heading on into Meyer, has to bonk across because we still don't have the hook shot, but smart by Newbie there, because Newbie had gone into desert earlier and had done basically everything he could, but didn't have a fire source, so couldn't complete the dungeon, so he could just go straight to the back half. This kind of puts our runners on a bit of parity here, because Kemps will have to go back and finish Pod. Newbie will have to go back and finish Misery Mire. However, Newbie's probably going to wait until he finds the lamp first. So,
Yeah.
let's see how Newbie decides to take out Landmalis here. He can use either the silver arrows, which is what he's going to use, or the fire rod. I think the fire rod's a bit easier because of the timing of the fire rod shots as opposed to the timing of bow shots. You see the Landmos there giving Newbie a head fake a couple times, but he does manage to do it just one cycle, so good job there by Newbie. He'll get his red shield. Moving on to other locations.
Yeah, we're gonna find the lamp early for d2kemps. I was worried because we had already found the fire rod, and that was a pretty big piece of the logic. I thought he might fall behind a bit, checking the overworld, but luckily found that lamp, and that's actually gonna put him ahead here. There's a bid key for Kemps.
Yep.
He's gonna leave this part of the dungeon. He's gonna do the right side. He seems to be less keen to be thorough. It will pay off because he'll find his piece of heart in the bid chest.
So Newbie will be heading on up to Skull Woods to take down that moth, everybody's least favorite boss. And yeah, we wonder if afterwards he will head down, pick up Jeremiah the Bullfrog, and finally find his lamp. Ken's picking up his piece of fart in the chest and the clutch refill as well, although he didn't really have that much life to refill. Alright, Newbie going to be taking on Mothula with Tempered Sword. Only will need 4 sword slashes to take out the moth, assuming, of course, that the moth actually decides to take damage.
Yeah, we're going to see d2kemps do this room fairly easily. And that's pretty much... Oh, he didn't get it. And that's why this room sucks, because even the setups aren't consistent.
Yeah, that is the one dark room. Like, I can do every other dark room in the game except that one.
And everyone always goes, but what about Ganon dark room? Like, yeah, but you can have the fire rod and light your way through that one. That one's way easier. there's a torch in every room in that dungeon. You can always light it up.
Yeah, but nobody's going to Aghanim unless they find the lamp anyway, so...
Yeah. There's the weird circumstance where you see, like, hook shot on Lumberjack Cave. You don't have the lamp yet, but you have the fire rod and hook shot's your go mode, etc. Those weird, like, 1% chances. Luckily for these runners, the hook shot can't be on pedestal.
Not with Swamp Palace being a pendant dungeon. That one eyeball giving d2kemps the miss twice.
Yep. The way that the statue shoots more... come on, newbie. You know what the pendants are. Come on. And yeah, I don't think newbie's gonna find his lamp anytime soon.
Nope, not anymore.
We'll see. d2kemps is in a stronger position to just go for broke here and just finish up the game.
Alright, newbie gonna check Spike Cave, which D2 has already done. We know that's just gonna be a big 20. d2kemps is just finishing up all of his dungeons now because he's got it all. With the exception possibly of that hook shot. I'm sorry, it wasn't a big 20, it's a big blue. Forgive me. So, I'm assuming newbie is going to dip into Tower of Hera, which we know is not going to work out, but at least that'll be quick. A quick in and out. I want to see newbie think and remember that, hey, I need to check blacksmiths. Oh, D2 falling a little bit there while trying to tiptoe around the star tiles there. D2 opting to use the lamp here. I guess he wants to save some fire rod shots for Mothula. That is useful when Mothula is hanging out up at the top of the screen over the spikes and is basically invincible. So Newbie will go down into the basement.
Yeah, luckily, this fight in vanilla, you can't actually damage Mothula with Golden Sword, interestingly enough, but it's been fixed in Randomizer, especially because in earlier versions, you could end up with a Gold Sword before talking to Uncle, way back, like V18, and that was the last logic without progressive swords. One of the last logics. Might have been 21 that progressive swords were entered into, but... yeah, so interesting little tidbit from the vanilla game. The weird Mothula. There's a lot to talk about Mothula, but we're in go mode, so no need to.
Well, we're in sort of go mode. Because we know we're going to need the hook shot. Hook shot always required. We just don't know where it is, and it could be in quite a few different places right now. Alright, so D2's going back to finish up Pod. Like I said, this will this will be his chance to just go up to Tower of Hera, clear it, and then just walk right, be on Death Mountain for Ganon's Tower. I gotta think, Zelnus, if you're playing at this point, you're just gonna go ahead and bet on Hookshot being in Ganon's Tower, I would assume.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's just too much overworld, and it's so scattered. We got go mode around the same time that we had access to the rest of the overworld, with Titan's boots and Mirror all kind of being back to back.
Like I said earlier, D2kemps has got to feel that he's behind right now because he is having to double dip this dungeon, even though it was not a required double dip. So I don't think he realizes that he has a pretty significant advantage right now.
Yeah, Newbie, unfortunately, not being able to do Mire could cause an issue. But we'll see.
Oh, Newbie avoided getting Troll Dormed there, but he did put Troll Dorm into the Rage phase. Wow, he is...
Ah, yeah, I like the way he did that there.
Wow. The number of times he avoided getting Troll Dormed right there was unreal. Alright, so Newbie now is either gonna give Dark Mire another shot, or he's gonna run around and search for his lamp. And Helmasaur King should take pretty much no time at all for D2kemps here. Oh no. Do you guys think Newbie's gonna dip into Turtle Rock? Oh.
Okay, yeah, looks like Newbie is checking Turtle Rock for the lamp and the hook shot. He might also be checking Bond Crocs. I don't even know if he's done anything on Death Mountain. I think this might be his first trip up here.
I think that may be correct. Might just be opening Turtle Rock for the sake of having it open, just as we saw D2kemps win. Do. Let's see. Yeah, he's not going in. Okay, good. Now, see, the thing is, though, is that if Hookshot is in Ganon's tower, D2kemps pretty much has this locked up. However, if it's not, and Newbie finds the Hookshot and the lamp before going into Ganon's tower, we could have an entirely different scenario. Okay, will Hookshot be in this troll location of Chest and Hookshot Cave? It is in the logic, and no, but it is the red mail. Nice. While D2kemps is heading to go pick up his last crystal, that will be Tower of Hera. You know, it is not.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
He's actually probably gonna run over to to Turtle Rock, open that up, go, etc.
He's already open. Well, yeah, he's already opened up Turtle Rock. But I see what you're saying. Go ahead and have the portal planted right outside the entrance to Tower of Hera, so he can just walk out and go straight to GT. While Newbie running around searching desperately for the hookshot and the lamp. Yeah, we got pretty fair odds that hookshot is sitting in Ganon's tower. And yeah, I don't blame D2kemps at all here for checking Hookshot Cave before YOLOing on up. So he will get his red mail as well. Red mail, 13 hearts, butter sword, silver arrows. Ganon gonna be no problem whatsoever. Getting to Ganon, however, hard part. Down into the basement we go. Probably going to be coffee break time for D2kemps as well. Newbie with the frustration slashes. Can't say I blame him. Yeah, but wouldn't that be a thing if Hookshot was somewhere like Pyramid Fairy, Green Pendant? I mean, since Turtle Rock is the Green Pendant, you got to believe it's probably on Green Pendant.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like Newbie is going to pick up his lamp. He is headed in the right direction.
Just has to save the Smiths.
Alright. Yes, I know he's doing hammer pegs right now, but it's almost certain that after checking hammer pegs, he'll go pick up Jeremiah.
It's amazing how long these guys avoided the mirror, which opened up, split its seed wide open.
Oh, absolutely. Got some folks in the chat praying for vanilla Hookshot. That could certainly happen. It could be in the swamp palace big chest. That would be a massive troll.
Interested.
Right, go ahead.
Him changing. Oh, he's gonna fall here. Changing that. Using the star or sun panel or whatever to move the hole there was interesting.
All right, Newbie finally found his lamp.
He's gonna be thorough though. He's gonna bring this over. He's gonna check some mirror spots.
Yeah, I'm gonna check Cave South of Grove, the lunchbox, and likely the Bombos tablet. Now, D2 has checked neither of those, so if either of them end up being the Hookshot, Newbie just goes from being significantly behind to significantly in the lead. Alright, just a 10 arrow upgrade on K45. So it's all about that hookshot, boys and girls, at this point, because I got to imagine that d2kemps is going to YOLO into Ganon's tower. I don't imagine why anyone wouldn't at this point in the game. But Newbie, if he finds the hookshot, man, it's all about that hookshot. But ladies and gentlemen, we do have a little game that we like to play here on Speed Gaming called There Are 22 Chests in Ganon's Tower, in which the big key could be. Get your guesses in right now, and whoever wins gets our love and affection.
And right, 2GT is going to go in. We're going to see whose plays pay off, if it's the Overworld Search or the Rush GT. That's just a bid 20 right there, but still some Overworld to check. Some Bonkrot, some mirror stuff up in the north.
All right, we had to do that quick.
And to clarify a thing for people coming, Ice Palace was not hookshot locked. There was a key in the Freezor room, and Samaria was available via the Titan's Mitts and Flute that we already had. Thus, we can just walk down there. The bid key was available on the right side chests, so you had everything that, and another small key, so you had everything that you needed to complete the dungeon.
So 1 and 2 were busts. So if you guessed 1 or 2, I'm sorry. So Newbie is gonna, wow, Newbie taking a gamble here. He is gonna check swamp.
If it's here, I think he just wins.
I agree.
This is basically a two varying decisions.
Yeah, I mean, Because I've got to think if d2kemps does not find the hook shot here in Ganon's Tower, the first dungeon he's going to check is going to be Turtle Rock. So Newbie gambling on the ultimate troll here that hookshot will be in its vanilla dungeon. There's the red meringue. All right, so we got 6 chests down in Ganon's Tower now. Still no big key.
This is, I think, what happens when you get tilted by not being able to do the Dark Room in Misery Mire. You just like, okay, well, you know, I'm going to lose this unless it's in some weird spot. That's what newbies might be thinking. We'll have to ask, does this seed is crazy. These hookshot list seeds, crazy seeds.
All right, so we're 7 locations down now in Ganon's
I know he has
Towers.
now, guys.
Yeah, going the hard way. Gonna have to bonk all the way through Ganon's Tower here.
Gee, I'm not even sure. Oh, you can. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you
okay.
absolutely can.
Huh.
You just can't get the 4 chests in north of this room.
Stuffos denied him, I guess, the first time. I thought he just didn't make it. Dang, he is. Now he's got to go back to Armos.
Yep. And he has to go this way without the hook shot. So I'm curious as to why he didn't just go full right side in the beginning. Oh, is he gonna do tile? He's gonna do tile room. Oh my. So tile room this time is gonna be number 9.
Yeah, I mean, in this case, this is one of the few chests that we actually have available to us. This is crazy.
What a crazy seed.
There's a small key. Let's go to Ice Armos, I guess.
Alright, 9 down, still no big key, and it's possible that the big key is hookshot locked. So, there is one chest that you absolutely must have the hookshot for. And, actually, and randomizer room as well, so let's see.
This is super interesting. Will the Swamp Palace play be the one? We're about to find out. The 2 chests are actually going to take a little bit longer without the hookshot to check.
Yep, but you can check them both without, because you have to in the vanilla game. Man, it is all about that hookshot, and there are so many locations it could be at this point. d2kemps run into a little bit of problem here. That block is pushable, D2. You can push that block, or you could just bonk.
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
No, you want that key? No, you left the key behind.
He already got it.
Oh, never mind. Okay.
Yeah, he already got it.
Okay, well, Ice Armos have it. Man, both these are probably. Man, I wish I knew how to hover right now.
That's right. Yeah, being able to hover at this point would be supremely advantageous. I guess D2's trying to reset this room.
Yeah,
for more magic.
No, you could hear the blocks. Yeah. Oh. You have enough time to go under that fire bar and wait for it. This room is actually pretty difficult to do properly.
Yeah. Trying to save some magic so that he doesn't. Okay. Alright, he got it. There we go. Alright, will it be vanilla hookshot? No! But we will get the riot shield. Okay, so newbies dip into swamp, bears no fruit. But this is it, guys. In order for d2kemps to be able to complete the game, he's going to have to find both the hook shot and the big key for Ganon's Tower, either from Bob's chest or from Ice Armos. This is gonna this is interesting, folks.
Okay, so we got just a few more spots to check, like you said.
All right, we're down. Uh-oh.
Is it Overworld? Is it... Oh, man. Is it
Yeah.
Turtle Rock? Is it...
Yeah. And Newbie's going to go ahead and finish up Misery Mire, which is probably the right thing here.
Okay, moment of truth. Did GT got the hook shot today? We will see in... No.
10, 11,
Oh! Hook shot,
12.
Hook shot and Bid Key are not here. Not available to our runners. I expect us to see a bolt over to Turtle Rock.
Absolutely. So this is definitely the correct call to make, logic-wise. And odds are, I mean, hookshot is so often in Turtle Rock.
It's a shot pretty much anywhere. If Bid Key was available, the hook shot could have been as far up as in the room with the 2 anti-fairies.
Yep. And Newbie saying, "Oh my God, that room is so much easier with a lamp." So it is all down to the hook shot, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if d2kemps has made the right play here into Turtle Rock, and the hook shot is in Turtle Rock, he probably wins. However, if the hook shot is somewhere on the overworld, like, for example, Fat Fairy, and Newbie hits it first, he might just have a chance, and I don't know if that's the way he's going to do the calculus here, but that's pretty much his only chance of winning here.
Yeah.
Love that cane dash strat right there. Use it myself.
And there's the... Oh, man.
Not quite the big key he wanted, but...
Both these owners are probably just up the wall mentally, like not really sure where to go. d2kemps,
Oh, yeah.
especially after spending all that time in GT.
Yeah, and they've both got to believe that they're really far behind.
That was a slick dodge there.
Yeah.
Oh, he couldn't get through.
Nobody likes those darn chomps. Alright, where is... Oh, Newbie's checking Pyramid Fairy. I like this call. It is a gutsy call, even though Pyramid Fairy is a relatively low percentage location. So, but I mean, knowing what we know now, this is a really exciting call.
Yep. It could be there, and he might go and check some other overworld. It's not too... Oh, no, he doesn't have hook shot. Right. So he can't actually hop over to the other side. He might save and quit to Sanctuary. That could be an option, because I don't think we've seen Bonkrotz at all. Bonkrotz or Kinstium.
No, we haven't seen either one of those.
This seed was, like, super bottlenecked by the... You can see Catfish. If it's at Catfish, I swear.
Oh my God. Oh, don't go there, Zelnus. If it's Catfish, Oh,
It's
my
catfish.
word.
These runners deserve it after how many times they went to do Dark Pod but didn't even go up to the
We got
pyramid.
Cape.
There's the
We
hook
got
shot!
the hook shot! Oh, my newbie just went into the lead. Significant lead.
Wow! There it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Randomizer.
The fat fairy, or the fairy finally paying out. I think that the chance of her actually having progression is super low due to a bunch of weird logic reasons last time I checked. So that is actually super low percentage chance. d2kemps is going to do most of this dungeon. If he finds Ice Rod, he might even fight the three-headed dragon himself.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to officially state that Newbie404 has activated Go Mode. And Zelnus, we're going to have to make a call here, and I think this is the right answer, that we're going to have to start over the Ganon's Tower count. We're not going to restart the clock because everybody's got information now, but I think we have to restart the counter for the key for Ganon's Tower.
Believe that is how I understand it, at least.
So everything that d2kemps did for now is irrelevant. The correct count will be whatever count it is when Newbie404 finds the big key.
Wait, is Newbie? Oh, right, Newbie, right, sorry, I got the mixed up for a second. For a second, I thought there that d2kemps was running back and was just going to attempt to, like, hover through the dungeon. Because you can get through the rest of the dungeon with hovers.
Right.
That would have been funny.
Yeah, guys, we're not, unfortunately, chat, we're not restarting the counter because we already have information, but the big key hasn't been found yet. So it's all, my understanding is it's when the big key is found, so that's the number. And it might be here in the not the randomizer room, but here in the Stall Child room. So this will be 4 coming up here. There's 4.
And d2kemps
5
is done. We'll have to see where he goes next.
6 and 7. So
Oh, he might be doing the same play. d2kemps. Yeah, he might be doing it. Let's see if he goes swamp or not.
yeah, that's the thing. He's either doing Pyramid Fairy or Swamp.
Looks like it's in the rando room or it's in the fire snake room.
Yep.
Oh, it's swamp.
Yeah, he's going Swamp. Which is, of course, exactly what Newbie did, so tough to really
no, he's
blame
doing
him.
a bombos. He might do bombos and then bomb, maybe? There's still a chance?
Alright, here comes chest number 9.
It's in rando room.
Yep, it's going to be a rando room. If you guess 10 to 13, you got a chance.
Ten, 11, 12. There it is, boys.
It is 12, ladies and germs. All right, it is all up to the gauntlet now. Yeah, the funny thing about this is Newbie's got to think D2 is going to be hitting, dot dunning any second now. Of course, it's the same thing d2kemps is thinking, but man, for a seed with these runners to take, it's going to be close to 2 hours for the winner. That tells you something about how trolly this seed was. As chat pointing out, Mimic Room with Mirror Shield, very nice, because the Mirror Shield will block their fireballs. The only thing the Mirror Shield won't block is Ganon's Trident and Beamos shots. Nice. Very nice gauntlet from Newbie. A little bit of a troll from some of the horse heads there, but I think he's going to be golden here on out. Nice shot there on that first landmilla, but the other two fake him out.
Yeah, this fight can be quite annoying. It's not too difficult when you got silvers, but
yeah, this is the kind of seed that that puts you on full tilt, you know? Oh, Newbie just ran off the bridge there. Nicely done quad whiz room by Newbie. So of all places, the go mode item was Pyramid Fairy. Amazing. Oh no, Newbie ran out of. Now it is okay. He's gonna use his. He's gonna use his potion. It is possible to hit that torch with the lamp from a very specific location, but Newbie says, "Nah, I'll just refill my magic." Alright, and here we are. Newbie is in the one room that the hookshot is absolutely required for, unless you can hover. Troll Dorm 2. There will be no trolling from Troll Dorm today. Troll Dorm goes down very quickly. Let's see, will Newbie open the Mold Dorm 2 chest? I very seriously doubt it. Oh, he does. It is a piece of fart, but, you know. Time for AGA 2. It's geometry time, boys and girls. Do you remember your triangles? Oh, what a setup. 1, 2, 3. I didn't have the audio on. It is possible for that not to have been a triple, depending on how quickly the magic pulses hit Aghanim there. Oh! Newbie had a chance to have it over with right there. He's got to be thinking. Alright, there we go. Aghanim 2 is down. I know if I were Newbie, when I hit done and it says I finished in first place, I would say, really? How? But it's been one of those seeds, boys and girls, and This is going to be it. And again,
Yeah.
Newbie's got gold sword. He's got silver arrows. He's got red mail. This isn't going to be much of anything.
Yeah, both these runners are probably thinking, man, how's my opponent not done yet? Like, I've checked, like, everything. d2kemps is probably thinking, do I somehow still have a chance here? Turns out, no, he doesn't, but, you know, at least he's making the play. This guy is allergic to catfish, though. I was kind of hoping it was on catfish the whole time.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just be like, hey, guys, I understand catfish is very out of the way, but you don't need to skip it for pod that long. Still don't ask them why they skipped that for so long.
Yeah, definitely.
That pyramid holding the key to the seed.
All right, odds of frustration swipes from d2kemps when he picks up his hook shot. And no, we don't see any. Interesting.
Well, I mean, hey, it's a seed. His opponent's not done yet, so maybe he thinks he's still got a chance here.
Opponent's
He
about
hasn't
to be
even
done.
checked everything. North Dark World, Catfish still. I mean, there's still spots his opponent could have checked. He might think he might have this still. Who knows?
Yeah. We're gonna see a double. Oh, we didn't need one. That is it. GG's to Newbie. In just a moment here, we will get Newbie's official time. Darn near 2 hours, but Newbie's official speedracing.tv time is 1 hour, 56 minutes, and 55 seconds. GG's to Newbie404, winning a thriller there with that hook shot. Wow.
Oh, and d2kemps is stopped. He might just be done with this seed.
I would not blame him at all.
No. Let's see. I'm gonna join. Never join to join the room.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna see if they're discussing it. Oh yeah, d2kemps officially choosing not to finish the seed.
Yep. He has thrown in the towel. Yeah, exactly. Don't blame him at all. This seed was so frustrating. Okay, Newbie does not have a mic. He will not be joining us. But GG's to Newbie.
GG to you, Newbie. He'll be in the chat with us, but he'll have to chat in there to respond.
Yeah. But wow, what a race. So Newbie, since you're in there and you can hear us, your opponent YOLO'd Ganon's tower, hoping for the hook shot, didn't find it. But since you did not YOLO Ganon's tower, that was really the difference maker in that race.
Yeah, he obviously, after GT went straight into Turtle Rock, did that as well as Swamp. So
why couldn't it have been in GT, says d2kemps in the chat. I know. I'm so sorry, man. That is GT big chest for the win. Now that would have been awesome, d2kemps. That would have been an interesting spin on everything. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, didn't find out. But since you did not YOLO Ganon's tower, that was really the difference maker in that race. Yeah,
we can hear the stream through your audio. He obviously, after GT went straight into Turtle Rock, did that as well as Swamp. So
why couldn't it have been in GT, says d2kemps in the chat.
There we go. Okay, we're all good now.
Okay.
Hey, d2kemps.
GG's.
What an awful place for that to be.
Oh yeah. No. Well, no, it would have been even better if it was on Catfish. Because neither of you went anywhere near Catfish.
Yeah, for the longest time we were hoping it was on Catfish because both of you had seemed to avoid it like the plague.
Even after doing a pyramid and you got that mirror, you just ran straight down to grab your Titan's mitts. So,
Well,
kinda
because
interesting.
Mirror opened Titan's Mitts, opened
Oh, yeah.
Ice Palace, opened it opened so much.
Oh. Absolutely, it's just it would have been poetic if both the locations you guys avoided for upwards of 50 minutes had your progression. Like you guys, I think both you guys checked pyramid within like a couple minutes of each other.
Yeah.
So, and it was just sitting there the whole time. The mirror was just kind of chilling, waiting for you guys to say hi to it. Both you guys went and did Hype Cave and then save and quit out of Hype Cave to go do something else. Everything up until finding that mirror, and actually everything up until Ice Palace, you guys did exactly the same. Maybe like two things slightly different, or like one of you went to Death Mountain to the old man before the other, but really you guys basically did the same. It's pretty funny.
Same dark rooms and pod.
Well, it's funny you mentioned that.
Yeah, funny you mentioned that. One of you did Darkroom Pod early. The other ended up getting the lamp for Meyer, while the other one, so you did the Darkroom for Meyer. Newbie died in it, and that's how we got on the train to get his lamp, which led him to do some other stuff, and then he eventually, his dying to Meyer and then abandoning it kind of led him onto an easier path. So, this is a crazy seed.
Yeah, absolutely crazy seed. But I don't blame you at all, D2, for not finishing that. If I had been you, I would be at the same point. I'm like, okay, I'm done. I am out of here.
But I was so excited for the possibility of Ganon's Tower of Big Chest being the hook shot.
I don't blame you at all, because that would have been awesome. But yeah, unfortunately, it was not to be today. But before we sign off, D2, is there anything else you'd like to say before we go ahead and close this one out?
That's all.
Yeah, I completely understand, having been in that situation myself many times. It's just like I have no words, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your attention today. But the Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past Spring 2018 Randomizer Tournament continues all day on Speed Gaming. I am looking at a schedule right now that I'm about to link in the chat with dozens, and that is not an exaggeration, dozens of tournament matches coming your way today on all of the Speed Gaming family of channels today. Soon to be updated. Would like to remind everybody that if you enjoyed what you saw here today, to give both of these runners a follow here on Twitch. They put in great work for your entertainment today, and stay tuned to all 6 Speed Gaming channels, 1 through 6, and Link to the Past Randomizer 1 through 4 for all of your tournament needs. And finally, we'd like to shout out our tracker, Cinny, for keeping us straight today and keeping that tracker updated so we all know what's going on. I've been Phantom Ryu. I will give my co-commentator, Zelnus TV, final words today. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much. Everyone have a wonderful day, and make sure that you keep watching these streams. Thank you to my co-commentator, Phantom Rio, for keeping us awake.